This guide will move quickly, so pause or rewind when you need to. We'll be focusing on just the essentials you'll need in order to take this character out and have fun right now. Asuka is a character with a plethora of evasive moves that are great for defensive or offensive plays. She rewards good reads and patience, and once she has the momentum going, she can hit pretty hard. Let's start with some of her small Tekken. One is the universal 10 frame jab, but unlike the standard, hers is -2 on block. This sounds pretty bad, but she does have several extensions to discourage the opponent from pressing after. Down forward 1 is a quick mid check and is only -3 on block. Like her jab, it also has extensions you want to play into. Down forward 4 is a safe 12 frame mid with good range and pushback on block. It comes in clutch for many reasons, so don't forget you have this. Her 4 is only a frame slower than her jab and knocks down on counter hit for a guaranteed forward 3+4 follow up. Use this to interrupt when the opponent is getting a bit too aggressive in your face. Now let's talk about some keep out. It's no secret, Asuka is a very linear character, so many people will try and step her at the mid range. Her forward 4 is a useful move to shut this down. It's a homing high and +3 on block, so you can frame trap afterwards with this. On hit, it grants a combo, although the only consistent pickup is with a dash 1+4, which honestly takes a bit of practice to get the timing of. Since you want to have fun right now, you can just forward 3+4 for some guaranteed damage and install. Down 2 is a mid you can use to check the opponent's forward movement, or catch them trying to duck your down back 3. It's safe, he engages, and the range isn't too bad. Down back 3 is your low poke. You'll use it to annoy and chip away at the opponent. It has decent range, but it doesn't track to her weak side. For those instances, you can use a single down back 4, which has the added benefit of crushing highs and even evading some mids. Otherwise, stick to down back 3. At this range, you should also observe for when the opponent misses and be prepared to capitalize. Thankfully, Asuka is blessed with one of the most reliable whip punishers in the game. Forward 2, the iconic Demon Slayer. The input is simple and quick to execute. She steps into it so you'll rarely be out of reach, and it high crushes for good measure. Always be prepared to let this rip when the opportunity arises, right when you confirm the whiff. She also has her evasive back 3, which is another fantastic whiff punisher. It can be used for keep out since it's hard to whiff punish, but be careful with your spacing. It does have quite a bit of pushback on block, but it is still -19. So yeah, that's cool and all. But what are some moves to help us close the distance? Forward 3 is a safe homing mid with great reach, and on counter hit you can dash up for a follow up. On normal hit it's +11, and since the recovery of the move leaves you in crouch, wall standing 1+2 becomes a true frame trap for people who think it's safe to press. Wall standing 1+2 is another far reaching mid you can approach with, and is safe on block at only -2. With this move you get a full launch on counter hit. We'll get to wall running 1+2 later. Something you should be aware of is that Asuka's poking is not as straightforward as others. Remember when I said her jab was ass? Well, the idea is to get people to press into her extensions. 1-2 is a natural combo, but is -8 on block. However, 1-2-4 is entirely guaranteed on counter hit. It gives 12 frames of advantage, but it is -12 on block. Use this if you know they're gonna press after 1-2. 1-3 is a nice jab into low poke. 1-1 is a jab into a safe mid check that combos on counter hit. 1-1-3 is entirely safe, and if they press on the last hit, then you're +14, which means you get a guaranteed he engager with down back 1-2. That last hit is delayable, which will definitely catch people pressing. Down forward 1 is your most reliable poke. Using it on its own will condition people to press after, so you can then use down forward 1-2, a high extension that turns into a damaging throw on hit. Down forward 1-4 is the mid extension to catch people from ducking the high. It knocks down on normal hit and launches on counter hit, but is -12 on block. Both of these are guaranteed on the counter hit down forward 1. Alright, now for the good stuff. Down back 1-2 is a delayable he engager that slips under jabs. It's important to keep this move in mind for when you see an opening. Just be aware that the second hit is a high. It's a bit tricky, but it is hit confirmable. 3-1 is another move you can check crouchers with. It's mid-mid and the second hit is -11, but it is also delayable and hit confirmable. On hit it's +8, and delaying the second hit can catch people pressing sometimes, which gives you a free forward 2. Up forward 3, low crushes, and is essentially a hop kick that only launches on counter hit. Granted, you get the pickup. It's only -3 on block, same as her down forward 1, so consider using it as a slower poke against step happy opponents. An important move to utilize is sidestep 2, a long time cornerstone in Asuka's arsenal. She already has a good sidestep, so it's nice to have this quick and evasive palm strike built into it, and it's a heat engager. This move is unsafe at -13, but doesn't get punished nearly enough for how good it is. Back 4 is an amazing counter hit fishing tool and a personal favorite button of mine. It's a safe 15 frame knee with pushback on block, and on counter hit you get a full launch. Pay attention to your opponent's timing and throw this out when you feel like you'll interrupt. Asuka also has a classic down forward 2. It doesn't launch crouching opponents, but it is safe. It's also a less committal whiff punisher than forward 2, albeit with less range. 1+2 is a 16 frame mid launcher that's safe at -9. You can pretty much just throw us out whenever you feel like they may be ducking, but the range is quite stubby. But why exactly would they duck Asuka at close range? Well, let me tell you about this little move called down 1+2. This is what you use to open up turtles, make a comeback, and get some people to respect you. On hit you get a guaranteed forward 2, and the move can also be done from full crouch. No one is reacting to this, so once they fear it, you can start mixing in mids like the aforementioned 1+2 and down back 1-2. There is a catch however. This move has no range, just like her neck. It's bound to whiff sometimes, and it can be very easily backdashed. And if it's blocked, -18, so get creative and don't be obvious with it. Forward 1 is a weird move. It's worth using for pressure, but it might get you killed sometimes. On hit it's +14, so you can follow up with down back 1-2 for heat, down back 1-4 for slightly more damage, or 3-1 for continued frame advantage. On block it's +5, so you can safely frame trap with back 4 to counter hit launch if they press at all. The problem is, this move can be very easily stepped, and the recovery is so terrible, it even has a unique animation on whiff. Which is cute or whatever, but it's not funny when you're the butt of the joke. Typically, I throw out this move when I have an advantageous state to support it. Like after 2-3, counter hit down back 3, counter hit 1-2-4, after a heat engager, and at the wall. Asuka has a few moves from full crouch that are very useful. These are available anytime you're in a crouching state, and she can cancel into crouch by holding down after the following moves: forward 2, back 1, wall standing 1+2, back 2 1+2, and more. Full crouch down forward 2 is a good and annoying low poke, but what's amazing is what you get on counter hit. A guaranteed wall standing 1-4 into forward 3+4 for a whopping 65 damage in install. Just keep in mind, it's 0 on hit, so don't get greedy with continuous ankle swipes. Full crouch down forward 3 is a safe mid you mix it up with, and on hit it knocks down for a forward 2 follow up. Full crouch down back 1+2 is a launching throw that switches sides. You can mix this with down forward 2+3. Asuka can't rely on her pressure alone to control the pacing of a match. This is where her defensive tools come into play. Forward 1+2 is a safe armored heat engager with good range, which is a very strong thing to have in this game. It allows you to power crush through overwhelming pressure. However, it does have two weaknesses. It's super linear, and it's a high. Asuka's down 3+4 or can kicks is a Kazama staple. The female version is a low high that jails, is safe, low crushes reliably, and launches on counter hit. Because of this, it's arguably the best anti-armor move in the game. Your go-to hop kick against moves and dig jabs, and honestly not a bad panic button either. But when it comes to defending, why not use their own moves against them? Asuka's back 1+3 is her character defining reversal. It activates at frame 3 and works against high or mid punches and kicks. Punches give you a guaranteed forward 3+4 or forward 2 if you're at the wall. Kicks give you a small mix-up. But keep in mind, it doesn't work against elbows, knees, headbutts, shoulders, weapons, airborne moves, unblockables, lows, and throws of course. You can also hold it to make the parry window last longer, but don't do it every single time. She also has sabakis, which are higher risk but higher reward. These are moves with a built-in parry pertaining to a specific type of move, and they can interrupt strings that the reversal cannot. You can use these when you're more confident in the read, like when the opponent's offense is telegraphed, or when you're knowledgeable of a string they're using. For example, this Jin likes to do 2-1 into 2-1 delayed 4, and now he's getting launched for it. When Lily throws this move out, I could just block and get my 12 frame punish, or I could launch her instead. Her punch sabaki is forward 2+3, and her kick sabaki is back 2+3. Both are safe on block, but you risk getting counter hit if you're wrong. She also has a low sabaki, down back 1+2. It low crushes immediately and has a great deal of pushback on block, but it is extremely slow. I wouldn't recommend you use this for now, unless you're at the wall where it wall staggers on block. Being +17 is pretty good. Asuka can put a little mustard on her punches with Naniwa Gusto, her install mechanic. You gain 1 use of Naniwa Gusto from the following moves: forward 3+4, forward 2-1, forward 2-1+2, and back 4-2-3-1. Now let's go over the affected moves. While running 1+2 without the install is already a decent move. It's a homing high that knocks down on normal hit, launches on counter hit, and is +4 on block. But with the install, it becomes a real threat. It turns into a launcher on normal hit, and a crazy +11 on block, +18 at the wall. The pushback is minimized, so you can try and run your mix between 1+2 and down 1+2. Only select characters can backdash it. Forward 1+2 is a safe mid with pushback to complement while running 1+2. It knocks down and wall splats on normal hit and launches on counter hit. With the install, it turns into a normal hit launcher and goes from -6 to +2 on block. Once you have Naniwa Gusto, you can use up 1+2 as a combo ender for a guaranteed forward 3+4, meaning you regain the install. If you block, don't forget to punish. Here are Asuka's punishers. For 10 frame, you can 1-2 or 1-3. 2-3 is a good 12 frame punisher. It leads straight into 14 frames of advantage, where you can mix, frame trap with back 4, or start your pressure. Use this for -13 as well. 14 frame, you can down back 1-2 for heat, or up forward 2 for big damage. And for 15 frame, down forward 2. From crouching, wall standing 4 for 11 frames. For 13, wall standing 2 1+2 to lead straight into the stabilizer. You can either press 2 for a mid heat engager that's only -3 on block, or 4 for a low that knocks down and is -14 on block. And for 14 frame, wall standing 1-4 into forward 3+4. Asuka cannot launch the opponent from crouching until 18 frames, with wall standing 3. Okay, let's tie it all together. Use forward 4, down 2, and back 3 to keep out, or close the distance with wall running 1+2, forward 3, and wall standing 1+2. Don't forget, you have good whiff punishers in forward 2, back 3, and down forward 2, so keep an eye out. Once you're up close, you can apply some small Tekken. Use 1-2, 1-1, and 1-3, then blow them up for pressing with 1-2-4 and 1-1-3. Feel free to poke with your down forward 1, then cast them with the extensions. Down back 1-2 is essential, and you can use forward 1 for pressure. At point blank, 1+2 is your safe launching mid, and down 1+2 is your power low. 3-1 and up forward 3 may be used as slower pokes. Sidestep 2 to evade and punish. Use down back 3 throughout, unless you want them to stand guard all day. If you find yourself defending, don't forget you have a reversal and sabakis. Cast your timing with back 4, or call them out with down 3+4. Is the pressure gained to you? Use that magic 4, or just power crush with forward 1+2. If you find yourself in crouch, swipe those ankles with full crouch down forward 2, and mix it with full crouch down forward 3. Don't forget to throw. Last but not least, aim to get Naniwa Gusto, and make the most out of its buff to wall running 1+2 and forward 1+2. It might be just what you need to turn the tide of the match. When you get a launch, I recommend this combo for now. It's easy, it's consistent, and you get some install. If you find the ender a bit tricky, no worries. Replace it with back 4-2-3-1. Need a wall splat? Replace it with 4-4-2-3. For some moves, you need a different route. Here's a combo for back 3. And here's one for 1+2. This one works for counter hit back 4, counter hit up forward 3, and counter hit sidestep 4. If you land an instant tornado launcher, try this. This is your wall combo. Once you land a heat engager, you're plus 17. I like to keep my 50-50 simple. 4-4-1 or 1+2 for the mid, and down 1+2 for the low. With heat activated, Asuka immediately gains up to 3 uses of her install. And you're still left with 1 charge after it's done, so go wild. Her heat smash is alright. It low crushes, floor breaks, and leaves you at plus 10 on block. If you'd like us to cover a specific character on Have Fun right now, let us know in the comments. This was Juice for Iron Fist University. Thank you for watching. Peace.